live cutting hay with my 1411 Discbine. We just had a couple little, maybe I guess you'd say problems, and things that messed up the video live stream before. So welcome back to all of you who are tuning in. We're cutting this field of hay here. Yeah, it's been a little, maybe a little crazy, may I say, but we're looking forward to getting going again here with the live stream. And thank you for tuning in. All right, we're gonna get this set up, gonna get it going. We're cutting hay with my 3688 tractor, and had a little problem with my phone, so that's why our live stream cut out. Having more problems dropping things, so thanks for tuning in. It is a gorgeous day today here. It's July 1st, about 70 degrees. Can't really complain with how nice it is today. And we'll be cutting hay here. This is the field we'll be cutting. So we're just about to get rolling again. As you all tune in, we'll just wait a little bit until everyone hops back on the stream. We had about 200 going earlier, but just with the issues I had, everyone obviously popped off. So let's get a move on. So this is what we're looking at. We're gonna get a drink of coffee here, get everything set up nicely. Welcome back. Whoops. Welcome back to the channel. Glad each of you can tune in. We've got our 3688 tractor ready and warmed up. Got some coffee here. We're ready to get a move on. Let's go. Sorry we cut out earlier. We had a problem. So we're back rolling again, folks. We're back rolling again. Got my 3688 tractor, just brushed up against some tree branches here. Alright, it's full steam ahead. Cool, thank you for tuning back in. Sorry I cut out earlier. We're gonna adjust the swathing row here. So we've got a full, not the easiest thing, but you can see what we've got up ahead. It's a little bit crooked, but we'll get back to the cut field cut. We're gonna pop it into 3, high 3. Nice thing about this tractor is this tractor has AC. It's got it rebuilt about 18 months ago. Maybe more like a year ago. It's going steady. I like it a lot. So far, so good. Now you might be wondering why I'm stopping. Greetings from Indonesia. Hello, thank you, Jesus, Sofian. So I'm gonna jump back there, and right now the swath row is too narrow. We're gonna widen it out. So watch it. We're back in it. Notice the difference. Yes, I'm mowing grass and clover, grass and clover. And you'll see the swath row widen out. See how it widened out? That helps for more even drying when it's wider and flat. I basically just want to drop it on the ground. I think one of the blades might be bent because I hear it hitting the metal. Thank you for tuning in, Miguel. There we go. Now it's nice and quiet. I can hear it quiet. Right now I'm going about 16 miles per hour through this field. Bad if you ask me. Thanks, Jamie. I like the mower as well. We're coming up to a corner here, about to turn. Right through this section, it gets pretty bumpy. We're going to go into high 2. Get ready for some bumps. There's another tractor going through town. Alright, so this is the setup here. Cutting straight down this row. I would say it's about a 10-acre field that I'm cutting right now. Thank you, Jamie. Hello, Grayson. Hello, Miguel. Anthony. Jamie, thanks for tuning in. Hello, E. Hello, Jesus, so young, and I can't read that long name there. Hello, though. All right, we're cutting this field. You can see the nice straight swath here. Now let's get back to the actual mower part. See how it's going back there. Hello, Siva. Sounds neat. Some more bumps. Give it a little more power through here. the hay down. It'll dry really nicely in this sun. Hello, Siva. Alright, so we're nearing the end here. This turn is always interesting up here. I'll give you this angle on the turn. The pedals do brake. The wheels brake separately if you want. So that's what we're going to do. I'm pressing the right brake pedal to have a faster right-hand turn. I'm going to press the right brake pedal again. That helps me turn faster and sharper, just like that. I'm trying to even this curviness out. That way it's easier to bail. Cut close, that tire close to this side, and I'll cut the far left side of this outer row, just to straighten things out a little bit. We're in the United States of America. United States is where we're from. Alright, we're in high 4 right now. Who can guess how many miles per hour I am traveling in the comments? Can guess how many miles per hour I am traveling through this field. When you have a Discbine, you can cut a lot faster than an old sickle bar mower. I don't typically go in high 4, but I'm in high 4 right now. As you can see, the front part of this field is a soccer field. Yes, we like soccer in America. I'm going to take this turn here slowly. Antonio, you're very close. Not quite 20 miles per hour, though. Let's see if anyone else can guess. There we go. Very close, Antonio. There's some people walking their dogs in the field. Now I have to I'm actually going 17 miles per hour right now. Probably about 18 when I was in high 4. My machine isn't that fancy to go 23. Bumpy part again, so I gotta kick it back down into high 2 and then high 1 up ahead. Now we're in high 1. As you can see to the camera, there's a lot of shakes because it is so bumpy here. I think probably iced tea. I wouldn't mind an Arnold Palmer though. An Arnold Palmer would be pretty good right about now. Alright, back into high 2. Do you know what an Arnold Palmer is? What? Alright. Antonio Farming Simulator. I have never heard of that before, but that's pretty cool. It's in high 3 now. Let's go. Just about to finish my iced coffee from earlier today. All roads lead to Wisconsin. Whoop, we're going a little off track. I usually hug the right tire. Let me show you. I usually hug the right tire just on the right side of the swathing row. That way at least one side of the row is not matted down by the tire. Can you see that right there? See how my tire is just on the right hand side of the row? That way at least one side of the row is not matted down and the airflow can still get through it. Alright, let's get back to the back part. I love seeing the clean cut rows of hay there. Isn't that beautiful? I wonder if the farming simulator can do that. Exactly, half and half. It's hard to beat fresh squeezed lemonade though. That's the best. Especially on a hot summer day when you're stacking hay in a wagon. Alright, we're making a turn here. Kid Cootie, hello! $2,500. Wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty good. Alright, so we're coming down this side of the field. I'm kind of straightening out the row. Trying to get a straight shot here. After 4 rows, we then just go back and forth straight. We'll cut straight through the field. I'm just looking for a good point, ending point. Whoops, getting off track. Yeah, if you know how to drive your tractor. What's up from Michigan? Hey Ryan, thanks for tuning in. The way the crow flies, you're not too far away. But we gotta pass through Chicago typically to get to Michigan. Are you in Michigan proper or the UP? Whoop. For some reason, I keep going crooked. I love seeing the finished rows like that. I'm doing pretty good for live streaming and keeping straight rows. Not too bad, I feel like. And you're about 6 to 7 hours from us. Our farm is based in Mowing, Wisconsin. Actually lives in Detroit area. Bouncy area again. I always want to get around to smoothing some of these bouncy areas out, but there's always something else to do, so I don't get around to it. Right here, we're just trying to even this stretch out, and I'm just cutting straight through this mess. Because the village kind of cuts part way because they have soccer goals out here, so they cut a part into my field, which is fine. I just go over that cut part. It smells like I just hit a dog pile or something. All right. So, I actually finished my swathing. And now we're just gonna cut straight paths right through the field. Meaning, we're not gonna keep going around in a big circle. I hate this part of the field because I'm rocking all around. Royal Nation, Malaysia began. Hello from Malaysia. Denny Hardy, hello. Great to have you tune in. We're cutting hay, as you can see in the description, with my International 3688 tractor and 1411 Discbine. So let's get back to it. You can see 4 rows cut. Now I'm just going to go back and forth parallel from north to south. Got about 5 more acres to cut. Francisek, hello. This is a 3688 tractor, Brandon. DJ Kumar, hello. Great to have you tune in. All right, let's get going here. Hello, Lillian. DJ Kumar, hello. Is that Dean Hardy? Hello, Dean. Thanks for tuning in. I'm trying to make this as smooth as possible, but driving a tractor and live streaming isn't the most ideal situation to be in. I hope to keep making better content as the days go ahead. People enjoy farming, I enjoy farming, and it's fun to share. I am doing well, VJ. Hello from Russia. I'd love to visit Russia someday. Such a massive place. Hello, Donald. Great to see you. Thank you, PJ. Hello, Han Choi. I'd have to translate that, and I don't have my translator open right now. I think that's Aline or Alan. Hello. Thanks for sending that cool sticker. I'd still like to visit it someday, though. Unfortunately, Russia has seen the very negative effects of communism, socialism. I don't need paper to sell my hay here in America, I just sell it. But I think in Russia, you have to have the right paperwork just to sell anything, it seems like. But thankfully, we still have a free market and capitalistic society here. Hopefully it stays that way. Hello, Bondi. Good to see you. All right, we're to the end of the field. I just lifted up. Now we're going to cut back around. You'll see in a second. I'm going to cut into the field here. Just give me 1 second and we'll see. I've got to guess I got to be parallel to that outside row. So I'm kind of guessing as to the parallel here. Let's see. I'm going to guess right about here. Let's see. I hope I'm going parallel to that outside row. because I want to land perfectly on that outside row. Let's see here. I hope I might. Thank you for tuning in, Deadeye. And sorry if I'm reading these names wrong, but driving a tractor, I gotta keep my eyes on the road. Rosalind, TSR, hi. Marion, hello. Donald, you cut hay all day around here. Hey, that's pretty cool. I would just love to cut hay sometime on a wide open field. Right now we have a lot of fields that are maybe 5, 10 acres, some are 1 acre. It'd be fun just to cut a 10 acre field and not have to worry about a 28, 30, 40, 50 acre field or a 100 acre field sometime. We're almost at the end here. Whoop, going a little off course. Not on purpose. Alright, now I just lift up my cutter. Hello, Yasir. And who is that? Ulysses? It's really bouncy in this tractor, so it's hard to see. Alright, so we're about to start on this other swath. You cut it in close just like that. Straighten her out, and then you let down the cutter. This hay is mainly grass, but we also have clover mixed in, which is great. Charles Gray, hello. Great to hear from you. Yasser, see, hello. I'm hoping it doesn't rain tomorrow. There's a very slight chance, but it's a 5% chance that it could rain. We're hoping for dry weather. But this year has been wet, so I haven't really been able to cut much. So I had to get this field in before it got junk. LM Zuala, hello. Thank you very much, Frederick. Appreciate that. Farming is enjoyable, but it is a lot of work. If you have an office job or something, I mean, you go in every day, even if it's rainy, sunny. At farming, you're kind of at the mercy of God and the weather. There's so many lessons to be learned on the farm. Wouldn't trade it. La Caca. Actually, this is not bad for the bees. Cutting the fields actually provides flowers for them later on in the year. so that they can have forage later on in the year instead of only in early summer. So actually, no. This is actually helpful for the bees. I actually have bees. So now we're just... Yeah, this is not bad for the bees. It does temporarily take away some flowers, but it provides flowers later on in the year when there aren't as many flowers elsewhere. So we're cutting into this right here. See that? Thank you, Frederick, for those kind words, and thank you for your service. We couldn't have done it without you and those who have served in the armed forces, protecting us, fighting for us. We appreciate you so much. Ajay, hello. Hello, Engine Cummins from Ukraine. So many beautiful countries tuning in. Thank you, Laka. Love seeing those straight rows. So this is really besides planting a crop, this is the first stage in making hay for horses, cows, you name it, livestock. You gotta cut it, you let it dry for about 24 to 48 hours, depending on humidity and how, if it's sunny out. Then you rake it into rows and bale it up. David Hale, hello. Thanks for tuning in from Michigan again. Got a couple Michiganders on here. All right. And Williams, hello. So what I'm doing here is cut hay. This part of the field here is just literally, this is like a drainage ditch that I'm driving through right now. So it is really just kind of a pain. But this is free hay that I'm baling, so I'm happy for it. Here, this is our windrows. These are our rows I just cut. I've cut 6 rows so far. Pretty nice. Gonna lower it down. I'll read your comments in a second here. I just got to raise it up right here because it's kind of bumpy. And I lower it back down to the smooth spot. Thank you, Frederick. I really appreciate that. Mizoram, Northeast India. Hey, thank you for tuning in from India. I have never been to India, but I'd love to come someday and especially spread the good news of Jesus Christ. It's the only way to heaven, forgiveness of sins. How much do you get per bale? Well, typically I try to get at least $5 a bale. And the wintertime, sometimes $6 a bale. We're based in Mukwonago, Waukesha, East Troy area. Yes, sir, I am. I was born again when I was 12 years old. I trusted Jesus Christ to save me from my sin and give me eternal life. He brings the greatest peace anyone could wish for. Adio, hello. I love seeing those rows of hay like that. Ah, it's gorgeous. No, this is just a International 3688 tractor. It's not a Super Magnum. I actually bought this tractor. I got a pretty good deal on it. About $11,000. But then I had to put a good amount of repairs into it. But still, it was a good price for the tractor. Thank you. Right now I'm looping around. I finished 4 outer rows and now I'm just cutting through. You'll see here in a second what I'm cutting. Right there. I'm cutting straight down this path. I'm cutting down the center, that way I don't have to go to either outside edge and work towards the center. Cutting four rows around the outside edge gives me enough space to turn the baler around at the end of the center rows. I used to just cut all the way around until I got to the center. That was when I was younger and finally learned the trick of cutting around 4 times or 5 or 6 times depending on the size of the field. But at some point it just becomes better to go straight. Less turning when you're baling hay then. Alright. Hey Tanner, great to see ya. Hope you're having a great summer. Hope you're catching some big fish too. Oh, Roger, hello. Exactly. I just had to fix our 706 tractor. That was a lot of money, Love the straight roads so far. I hope I can keep that up the whole way along. Yes, I'm having a great summer. I'm actually getting married here August 16th, so looking forward to that. Gotta bale some hay to help pay for the wedding. I hope to see you there. Alright, coming to the end of the row. Lift it up. Alright. We're at the Mukwonago canoe launch area, actually. I don't know if any of you are tuning in Mukwonago, but cut hay down by the Mukwonago canoe launch. And as I said before, this is the bumpy area, so I gotta go slow. Hopefully the camera doesn't tip over. Alright. So far we've got all this cut. We're going to cut right up by this tree here. We'll go right around it. You guys will see that. This lever right here lifts and lowers the Discbine. Nice thing is hydraulics, I can move that in and out. Shout out to Castmasters. Check out their YouTube channel. They have some fun fishing content. Highly recommend checking those guys out. Hello, Matt. Great to hear from you. Thanks for tuning in. Some young guys with a lot of fun things. All right, so it's looking good back there. It's looking good. You're welcome, Tanner. Anytime. Love seeing those clean rows of hay in there. Gotta keep this wheel right in that lane. It's a beautiful day to be cutting hay, to be honest. It's gorgeous out here. Let's get back to the cutter. One of these days I'm going to have a live stream camera from the back of my cutter so you can see it shoot out. Anshua, hello. Thank you all for tuning in. My battery's getting low, so I'm gonna have to probably cut out the live stream here shortly. Jacques Combi, hello. Coming in for the landing. There we go. Hopefully we can straighten this back out a little. We're on our 5th swath of hay on the center part here. Yes, working on getting up to 10,000 here shortly. Hopefully this stream will help us get to 10K. Appreciate all you tuning in, sharing the channel, liking the stream. Hope we get to 10,000 views here soon. I mean 10,000K subs. I am doing wonderfully, excellent. Thankful for God's grace. Acoustically autistic. What does that mean? Well, welcome aboard anyway. Hello, Nicholas. Glad to have you along. We're just having another day cutting hay. Vicky, I think it's Vicky. Hello, Vicky. Thanks for tuning in, Vicky, for your first time. I appreciate your watching and tuning in. We provide farming content. We try to do it all year long. Actually, back on the farm, we just had baby piglets born, and I'm going to be posting a video of one of them being born. It is so cute. You saw a little puff of smoke. That's actually dirt that, what are they called? Little, piles of dirt that crayfish or something make. Hello, Indini. Oh, wow. Thank you for tuning in. Now, this is a tricky part of the field. Let's see here. I'm gonna hit this tree. Man, it's so bouncy. I'll show you guys. I'll flip it around here. I know this isn't the most interesting part to watch, but we're gonna hit that tree regardless. We're gonna do our best to make a clean cut. Hello, Jacilo. Some beautiful flowers here. We're gonna put it in a high second instead of high 3. Alright, let's get a back view. High 1 now. We'll see the tree here in a second. Hello, Jupri from India. Hello, Bande again. Julio, hello. Antini, hello. There we go. Made it around that tree. We'll go back into second gear. Alright, we're popping into 3. Yes, we're at the canoe launch. The canoe launch by the soccer fields. On the bypass there. Awesome. There we go. Finished product over there. Moving along just nicely. Let's see how much battery I have left. Got 15%. Not too bad. Not too bad. These are the nice straight rows of hay that we've got cut so far. My setup in here. These help control up and down, left and right. Steering wheel, throttle right here. Whoop. Got a little off track there. And this is the hay cutter. This hay is still really nice hay, even though it's maybe a little bit past the peak. It's a wetter area, so it holds on to the greenness much better. It looks like I cut it a little bit narrow at that end, a little bit wider at this end, unfortunately, but Michael Wainwright, the play in the steering wheel. Yeah, there is a little too much play in the steering wheel, to be honest. Any way I can fix that? Any recommendations? We used to have a Ford tractor that we ran. Ford Fairline. Those were quite the tractors back in the day. Make me say wow. Interesting. Adam Allison, hello. I love hay season as well, even though it's a lot of work. Very enjoyable. Some dude walking his dog back there. Maybe we'll zoom in on him just for fun when we get back up to that section. I do feel like there's a lot of extra play in my steering wheel for some reason. I think I might check that out when I get back to the farm. Yeah, we actually used to have an 8N, I think it was. Small tractor, I think it is, right? I love seeing those swaths laid down nicely. Hello, hey Doc, great to hear from you. All right, we're getting to the end of this row. We're going to be lifting this up. Do something a little bit different on this next row. Oh. Woo. Some of these bumps about to throw me out of my seat. I'm going to go backwards on this row where this tree is. It'll make a much better cut at the end of the row. You have a 706 tractor. Nice, very nice. Those 706s are fun tractors. We have a German diesel 706. They're fun to use. They're small enough, yet they have enough power to get you places. So we're going to go opposite right here. Let me turn you around. Put it into high one just so we can get this accurate. That's the problem with trees in a field. They can make a mess and make it hard to work with. But that's life. This is normally wet, but because it's been so hot, it really dried out. We got that section figured out. Now we'll meet up on the other side. Let me show you what we just did. So we cut around that tree right there. We cut around backwards around that tree, and then when I come back around the field again, I'll use that path to cut the next row. It doesn't always want to shift into third gear super smoothly. I put a video out and someone said that they can outrun just by, I don't know either. All right, coming in here. once we get past this bumpy section, that'll be really nice. Okay. Using my levers here to straighten it out a little bit. Hopefully it goes straight. Roberts, hello. Long lost relative. I'm from Wisconsin. About 30 minutes from Milwaukee, actually. Southeast Wisconsin. Trains as well. There is actually a train that derailed about an hour from us here in Wisconsin. Check it out, Hartford, Wisconsin. A train derailed. I don't think anyone was killed, but 3 people injured. Making good progress, almost done with this field. Straighten this out. Tommy, hello, good to hear from you, Thomas. We're in America, United States of America, in the state of Wisconsin. It's a beautiful state. We're bordered on the north by Lake Superior, and on the south by, on the east by Lake Michigan. We've got farming, we've got gravel pits, we've got fishing, we've got the Mississippi River on the west. We've got so many natural resources. We don't have oil, but we've got a lot of other stuff. Just 1 or 2 model trains, not many. Checking the, all right, 9% left. I'm almost out of battery. Maybe we'll be able to finish this field. I don't know. So, making progress here. just small. What? All right, now we're I'm not really big into model trains, so I don't really know what scale it is. Cut up towards this tree here. All right, enjoy. This is the bumpy area where it's in the ditch. I just like cutting it because then it cleans up the field. This is first cut, yes. There's that tree we were cutting around. Ready to get going. Back into high 3. Normally I only get 2 cuts of hay. Certain fields I will get 3 cuts on though. Grass grows a little slower than alfalfa. And also, I only have so much time to cut hay. Good to hear from you. Welcome to MicahMan's YouTube channel. For those of you tuning in for the first time, welcome back to those who've tuned in the past. We try to bring you good farming content and all sorts of things. In a few days, maybe today, I'll post a video about the baby piglets that were born. We had 24. Fortunately, a few died. Mother laid on them. But 2 litters of piglets and about 24 piglets, so they're pretty cute. We're coming up to the end of this field here. As you can see, let's get back to business. Of course, you always got to get your iced coffee in. Whew, that was good. A shout out to Living the Dream Coffee Roasters. They have amazing coffee offerings. Seriously, organic, delicious. That's one of the only places I get from now. Oh my. Sorry, the camera keeps swiping back and forth. We're almost done with this section. We'll see if the battery lasts all through this section. are. Do you have to do irrigation there in New Mexico to get a good crop? Alright, now we gotta fix something, folks. I gotta fix something. If you just noticed, let me, I'll just leave this here. I don't want to mess around with this. The swathing row here just narrowed up. Alright, that means the cutter got pushed up. So let's fix that problem. Fix that problem here. This is my setup. You can see how much wider this row is, and it narrowed up here. So what that does is it makes the swath wide or narrow. The wider the swath is, I found the faster it dries. So sometimes when I hit a bump or it's a heavy load of hay, it'll push it up and narrow the swath. But the further down it is, the wider the swath row. Hello, Gray Gerard. Great to hear from you. This is the perspective here. This is our field of hay. Beautiful clover and grass. Hopefully get to 100 likes by the end of this stream, which will be just in a minute or two. All right, we're back in the tractor in the AC, which I really like. Thankful for the AC in this tractor. All right, there we go. Fixing it up, the setup here. Okay. 1 second here. All right, we're ready to go, folks. We're cutting this field of hay. I've only got 5% battery left, so I'm going to be cutting out here shortly. Oh, clutch didn't engage quite right. Here, just a second. Seeing if I can, there we go, perfect. Hello, Sergio. Just about finished with this field. Going through a bouncy area, folks, so sorry about that. A little bit unsteady. There we go. Back in business. Hello everyone, Brett, good evening, Elliot, hello, Thomas, hello, hello from whatever country that is, China, I don't know. Whoop. Going a little haywire here. There we go. Yalis, hello. See how that row got narrow again? I want it wide like that row. So we're going to fix that problem and then we'll end the stream. I'll show you guys the finished product in a future video here. Wide swather is what I like. It kind of narrowed right there. I don't like to see it that narrow, so I need to fix this piece right here. What I'm going to do is lower this down and then lock it, try to lock it into place there. So, yes, this is a grass cutting machine. Great for hay. I'll be baling it up shortly. 1411 Discbine tractor setup. 3688 International. So, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll be here probably for another hour cutting hay, but I'm gonna get back to cutting. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for tuning in once again. It's great to have you guys tune in. Subscribe for good, fun farming content. Check out the channel later today for updates about the farm. We've got some new piglets on the farm. My dad is excited about that. About 20 are still living, I think, of 24. I've got a video of a pig being born. You'll probably enjoy that. So, hello, take care, God bless, and remember that Jesus Christ came to give us an opportunity to have forgiveness of sins and eternal life. But it's only through Jesus Christ that we can have our sins forgiven and a home in heaven. Have a wonderful rest of your evening wherever you're tuning in from. I do appreciate all the chats and everything. Got a lot of them today. For some reason, YouTube deletes them after the live stream. So just taking a couple screenshots of them. So thank you for tuning in. We'll check back later for some fun videos. Adios. Have a great rest of your day. All right.